Hey guys, Happy New Year. Welcome to the new episode of Retrospect. Please keep in mind that none of this is financial advice. Do your own research and only invest money that you can afford to lose. So this weekend I was in the mood to maybe trade some swings on XRP, and since Friday night, as you can see, the price has moved in an area of about 1.5%. I've noticed weekends in crypto have been a lot more quiet these days, and it's been the case over the last maybe 2 years, and I was wondering this morning, why is that? Now, it turns out that somebody actually wrote a paper on this, and they did an academic analysis over 2014 to 2024, and it shows no significant gap in returns. But volatility and trading activity are lower on weekends compared to weekdays. Now, I've picked up a couple of articles that are pointing out the same, and they weren't necessarily recent articles, but they do mention weekend trading volume at all-time lows. Now, in 2024, it was highlighted that the proportion of Bitcoin traded over weekends has declined to an all-time low of 16% this year, according to cryptocurrency research firm Kaiko, and that comes in wake of the launch of the spot Bitcoin exchange traded funds at that time. And that has shifted the periods when Bitcoin is traded to be more in line with the schedule of the traditional equity exchanges and has lowered its price volatility. So even though crypto is trading at all hours of the day every day, even on Saturdays and Sundays, because the traditional markets are more involved in Bitcoin with these ETFs, the proportion of the trading has decreased in the weekend. So because the ETFs are involved in that trading volume during the week, a large percentage of that trading that happens in the traditional markets is taken away in the weekends. And you can see in that graph since 2016 to 2024, there is a decrease in percentage of weekend trading volume. The trend is quite evident. So in this article, they also say the proportion of Bitcoin traded on weekdays between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. increased to 6.7% from 4.5% in the fourth quarter of 2023. That's the period known as the benchmark fixing window. That's when the owners of the ETFs determine the price of Bitcoin and then use it to calculate the ETF's net asset value. And I'm sure that's a hell of a lot higher now in 2026. And it's quite obvious that when the weekend comes, that's going to drop significantly, which makes crypto act more like traditional markets, which is not too appealing to me. I'd be happy to see what you think in the comments. This is a chart highlighting the Bitcoin volatility, and you can see it's an old chart, but you can still see from 2020 the volatility has dropped significantly because of this institutionalization, and it has remained under 50% since the beginning of 2023, and I really believe that this is the new normal. Now, I read another article that says that weekends often feel wilder, which I disagree with, and they actually break it down. Now, they make a valid point that there is lower liquidity on the weekend, and lower liquidity usually means that smaller trades can move the market more. So it should be more volatile in the weekends. There's fewer institutional traders online, fewer active market makers, and thinner order books. They also say that in the weekends, the pros rest and the retail crowd wakes up. That means more emotional trade is more hype chasing, more buy the dip, panic sell behavior. That often leads to short bursts of volatility that cool off again Monday morning. They also mention that perpetual futures don't stop running on a Saturday. So when price swings combined with reduced liquidity, liquidations cascade faster. And that's why they say the nastiest weekend dumps come from a chain reaction of margin calls and liquidations. This article concludes that yes, weekends are more volatile, but I can tell you for sure this weekend was not volatile at all. They say it's due to human behavior and thinner liquidity. Smaller markets move faster, and lower liquidity means higher emotions. Weekend pumps and dumps often correct by Monday. Guys, hit a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to my channel for future updates, and drop some comments on what you think about volatility in the weekend. Is it high in the weekend? Is it low in the weekend? Is there no difference? Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Bye bye.